on this big project. I've basically been working on this project since it started, like last summer. I think it was last summer or something. It's been a long time. Yeah, last summer is what it started. I'm still working on it. I might, the reception might get a little, choppy here in a few seconds while I go through this one dead zone, but then I'll be on here probably about an hour or so. Come hang out. So I decided not to sell the old truck. Like, I really was gonna sell it. I really was, and I had it listed and everything. Sorry, that's right. There we go. I was gonna sell it. I had it listed on Facebook Marketplace, and then there was one guy that kind of changed my mind. And I'll just say, Doug, you changed my mind. You know, you're like, I really think you're gonna sell that thing. When I read that, you're like, man, you're right, Doug, I can't sell it. And so I got me thinking, you know, more reasons why I should keep this truck. And so I took it off Marketplace. We're gonna run it. We're gonna keep running it. I think the main reason I'm gonna keep the truck is I've been getting a lot of excavating jobs lately, and I've been bidding them pretty high. You know, like I like to double what I would normally do, and mainly because like I don't really want to do them. I want to just do what my bread and butter is, you know, hauling for the rock quarry, hauling for my 2 excavating contractors, just hauling for them, because, you know, that's my bread and butter, you know. And so but I've been getting these excavating jobs, and like I just throw out a number that I think like they're going to say no to, and they say yes, and I just, this moron just cut me off. And so, like I was thinking back, okay, when I do these jobs, the truck I use to tow the machine is this one every time. And so, it just makes sense for me to keep this truck. You know, as much as I wouldn't mind selling it and upgrading or something, you know, I can't really get rid of it because I use it a lot. And so I did a little analysis. I had my bookkeeper friend look up on my QuickBooks and pull a report and say, you know, how much did this truck make so far this year? And, you know, because I thought it was a lot lower than what it was. And, you know, it's making a lot more money than I thought it was. So I'm gonna end up keeping it, working it, you know. We should be getting the International back from the shop any day now. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. So, you know. That's what it is. And, you know, decided to get that back rolling. Thinking about selling it. Maybe I won't though, I don't know. The insurance company doesn't want to pay for the wiring. They said that they would pay for the tow and the diagnosis and some other stuff. But then I got like $500 deductible, so I'd have to pay that. So really, all they would cover is like $500 of the repairs. I knew that was going to happen. Insurance companies are a complete scam. You know, they say they're there to help you. They ain't there to help you. They're there to take your money all the time. And they'll help you when they have to. Forced to, really. You know. But if they have a choice, they're not helping. That's the way it goes. You know, if the truck would have completely burned down, then yeah, they would have covered it. But because only a few wires burned and melted, they don't want to cover it. And, you know, they found a little loophole. And so I'm going to end up paying to fix it. And it's just a few wires that melted. Probably like 10 wires. And it burned some of the relays or something, they said. And so they replaced those. Now the truck starts and runs good. So now they were going to try and get a wiring harness from Strong, but who knows how long that could take. So they're just going to redo the one that's there, basically. And they're going to, you know, fuse protected and everything. So hopefully that works out good. And they're going to warranty it. So, you know, that'll be good news right there for us. But I'm thinking I might sell it. If it happens, make sure it burns down fully. Yeah. That's some good advice right there. Yeah, the good thing is it's going to be back to work ASAP. So hopefully, you know, we can get that truck rolling again. And I got work for it non-stop. So, like, for some reason, yeah, carry 5 gallons of gas in the passenger seat. That's money right there. Oh, no, don't worry about it, driver. I may need you to drop that off, you know, while I'm out today. I know it's been in the cab for a few months, but, I mean, it's not doing anything, right? You don't have to breathe the fumes or anything. So, you know, if the thing catches fire, just bail with it in there. Just leave it, you know. Save yourself. Oh, that would be funny. PSC is requiring fully vaccinated for their contractors. What? Yeah, they're tripping. I'm never doing work for them. I can tell you that right now. Any company that asks me to get vaccinated or my employees, we will not work for them. We will absolutely not work for them. I'll sell it. Do that. I'll sell it all. So now I got I don't know. I got some good news. One of my employees is on L&I. He can go back to light duty, which means paperwork only. You can't drive a truck, which that doesn't really make sense to me. You know, what's more light duty than driving in a dump truck? Like, you literally just sit on your butt. And especially if it's automatic, you just don't do nothing except for steering. But apparently that's not light duty enough. So I got to come up with some paperwork for him to do. You know, that way he can get off of time loss L&I, and you know. But then again, he might still need surgery. So it's gonna affect us long term. I don't think that he realizes how badly it's affecting a small business like myself. Or maybe he does and he just don't give a crap. I don't know. But, you know, the employees, they don't really know how it affects you sometimes, you know. they don't see the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 bills that L&I sends me. All they see is all the money I'm making. Yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to do that. If they start treating me like an employee, no. Peace out. I'm my own boss. I do what I want. What's the best way to find work for your dump truck and find out what all I need to be legal for my company in my state? Should I contact the highway patrol? Timmy, the best way to find work for a dump truck is to get on your phone and start calling, excavation contractors, landscape crews, utility contractors, communication contractors, demolition contractors, builders are a good one too. Those are the companies you want to call for work for a dump truck. Don't be calling other dump truckers. Sometimes they'll give you work. If their customer needs extra trucks, we like to keep each other busy. But you got to be careful who you talk to and who you give work to. Because a lot of times those guys, they want to try and steal your customers. Like low key. Not like blatantly, but they want your customers. So you got to develop relationships with excavation contractors. And, basically what it comes down to is you got your bread and your butter, right? Which is the guys you work for on a daily basis. Those guys you charge, basically what the normal fee is, maybe like $5 an hour cheaper. Something that's very reasonable because they're keeping you busy. And then you got the guys you work for, once every 2-3 months, or once a year. Those are the guys you charge, $10, $20 more an hour than what you normally charge. And, so the way to find out what you need, this guy parked right here, right in the way. This job site's gonna be fun coming into. You guys can see all the buildings in the reflection. I started this job last summer when it was a farmer's field. Now they got these massive buildings up everywhere. So cool. So, basically you can look up, they have a green book that tells you all the laws and all the rules and stuff. Nobody ever reads it though. Nobody ever reads it. Best thing is get your CDL and just drive for somebody, and then you learn all the stuff that you need. You gotta have a truck that's working, it can't be breaking down, all the stuff has to work. And then, what's up, A-Dog? They still putting in more utilities. Looks like gas lines or something. It's like a yellow tube. So cool how these buildings go up, You guys can see them. They're tall. Oh, they hit a gas main? Oh, dang. That happened to my driver the other day. He got off early because they hit some sort of main. Dump this rock out and we're gonna get loaded with dirt. Is that truck with the Detroit in it? Yep. Yeah, that's good. Okay. My tailgate latch has been sticking recently. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so when I had the truck listed, I had it listed for basically 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. And I got like probably 6 people who messaged me and on Facebook Marketplace, and then I even got a person that texted me, and by that night I had already decided I wasn't going to sell it, so I just deleted the post. Yeah, no, I decided not to sell it, A-Dog. Couldn't sell it. I use it too much, you know. And basically, I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna run the truck until, you know, there's no work for it, and then we park it. You know, we'll make way more money that way than if we just sell it. So yeah, too much history, you know. But you know, as much as it is history, it's a money thing too, you know. It's money and it's logistics. And, you know, I've owned the dump truck for 4 years. It's made a lot of money. I'm thinking about selling the International. That one I am thinking about selling. I was gonna sell this for, I had it listed for 35, but I got 6 people within 1 day, so if I did relist it, it wouldn't be for 35, it'd be for 40 or 45. Yeah, I know, I've been thinking about it, Blake, but you know, I also, with the headaches I've had with some of the drivers, you know, and the potential headaches I could have with drivers, I don't know how many more trucks I want. I'll be honest, Blake. Like, I thought I wanted like 10 trucks, you know, but sometimes drivers give you headaches, man. But, I mean, most of the time they're great. Most of the time they're great, you know. Most of the time they are great. They're great people, you know. Just sometimes little dramas turn into these, you know, catastrophes, you know. And you just gotta deal with it. I gotta be careful what I say, because now they watch these videos and they get all bent out of shape if I say the wrong thing. If I say the wrong thing, they get all bent out of shape. Like I'm not human. I have to be 100% perfect of what I say. Yeah, I bet you would, Blake. I seen that Sterling for 80,000. That guy's crazy, man. He's never gonna get that for that truck. He's crazy. No, I don't have any other engines. I mean, you never know, Blake, with the market the way it is, somebody might pay it. You never know. And you know, it's a crazy market out there right now. Like, with as many offers as I got for this truck for 35, I was thinking, wow, you know, I was pretty shocked. Yeah, I'd sell it for more than that, Blake. Your Sterling, I mean, with the new motor, new trans, you know, yeah, you probably sell it for 70. That truck the guy was trying to sell was kind of ugly, though. Like, it wasn't that great looking. And then the funny thing is, I seen another guy trying to sell a Peterbilt. Dude, that thing looked kind of nice, but it looked also like it was pretty clapped. Good dump trucks are hard to find in Texas. Yeah. New AR 450 floor, new tailgate, all new brakes, tires all around. Yeah. Looks like we're stuck waiting for this box van to move. Whoever parked it here just left it right in the middle of the intersection. And they took off and they didn't leave the keys in it. So looks like I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Well, we knew this was gonna happen. Can you guys see all these buildings everywhere? That's the guy that's just parked there. Look at all these buildings. I've been at this job site since it was a farmer's field. Is that crazy? Now it's all these buildings. This is so cool to see a transformation of a job site on this scale, you know. This is probably like I would say this is probably a 40-acre parcel or close to it. Yeah, probably, or maybe not that much. Maybe a 20 or a 15 or something like that. It's a decent sized parcel. Why do you not do a manual swap like the auto that much? I like the automatics. I'll be honest, I like the automatics. They're way easier to hire drivers and are less headaches, and yeah, that one. There's somebody in my way. There's a fucking thing. There's a thing right there. Get that thing out of the way. This is so frustrating. Some people. Yeah, you don't get out with a limp at the end of the day. I mean, who parks right there? Like, come on. Who parks right there? In the middle of the entrance. Yeah, let's just park right in the middle of the entrance. Come on, man. It's this young kid too. It's this little teenager. He's like 18, 19 years old. You can tell he's new. We'll give him a pass. Must be a safety guy. I mean, it's all good. I get paid by the hour, so no sweat off my back. The guy asked me if I needed that truck to be moved to get out. Well, I don't think I'd be parked here if I thought I could get out. That's the thing that cracks me up too. Like, I'm just parking here just to park here for fun. I'm just taking my 30-minute break. It's all good. Take your time. Yeah, getting dump trucks it's kind of a crazy market right now. Apparently, a whole bunch of people in Washington ordered dump trucks and they ain't getting any of them. Nope, nope, ain't backfilling. That person had their thumb out like they're trying to hitchhike. I'm not giving you a ride in my dump truck. Yeah, they're all sitting at the factory. Yeah, so like from what I've heard is like there's like 3 or 4 people that had, you know, a few super dumps ordered, and apparently they only got one, and you know, so everybody wants them. But another thing that I've heard, and I really believe this is gonna happen, and I really think it's definitely gonna affect the industry pretty big also, is the whole COVID thing. Think about all the factories that were shut down, all the people that, you know, didn't go into work. So the quality of those vehicles is gonna be crap. Like we all know, they're gonna be junk. Everything built in 2020, you know, 2021, do not buy it. Do not buy it, whatever you do. Do not buy it. I would not buy it. Those things are going to be junk. Like, I guarantee you, everything built in 2021. Whoa. What the heck is this guy doing? That guy's blocking the other guy and he's trying to go around him. I thought he was going to swerve into my lane. Trying to get around that dude. Some people in their road rage, man. You get people trying to control other drivers, and then they get pissed. They get mad when you start trying to control somebody when they're driving. I got some square pizza. Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility, Blake. I think it's a possibility. Or the factory will hold the trucks, try and keep the demand up. The Kenmore factory is like 40 miles from my house. There is thousands of trucks sitting just waiting on parts. Dang. And then when they get the parts, they're just going to slam them together. They're going to slam them together. By Peterbilt or the International? Which one are you talking about when you say new truck? Because one's new to me and one of them is actually pretty new. The Peterbilt's working. The 2020 Peterbilt's working. The International is getting the wiring fixed. It's working. It's been working a lot. Full time it's been working. I did have to repair one of the cylinder eyes, or one of the eyes that holds one of the pins for the cylinder. Been holding up, knock on wood. Where's a good place to buy a used truck? Well, I can tell you right now, used trucks suck. Okay, the only reason somebody's getting rid of it is because it's having problems or it ain't making money. I mean, I would say there's a decent amount of home builders. The more you are in the industry, the more you'll find, you know. I mean, that's why I wanted to sell my dump truck. It kept breaking on me, and I thought I didn't have any work for it. As soon as I realized how much money I was making, I was like, oh yeah, I can't sell that. I need it. It's working. So the only time somebody sells a dump truck is if it's broken, or it's breaking, or it ain't making money. Now I think $40,000 is a good budget to start up. You know, $20,000 for a dump truck. $10,000, you know, for operating expenses, and then another $10,000 for, you know, miscellaneous insurance and that type of stuff. Just make sure you pay cash, you know. They do basements, but I would say when I first started dump trucking, a lot of my work was because they were doing basements. Maybe not basements, but a lot of preparation for foundations. In Washington, there's a lot of preparation, a lot of dirt work that has to be done to build a house. One of the biggest things is, you know, the drainage. They got to have drainage installed because it rains a lot. And they also got to get rid of, you know, the top foot or two of dirt because it's really organic. And you can't build on that because it's too mushy. It doesn't compact the way, you know, the hard dirt does. So in order to build a good, solid structure, they got to haul that stuff out and bring in rock. At least that's in Washington. At least that's what I do a lot of. We export a lot of the strippings, and then we bring in a lot of the rock to backfill and to build the road. You know, that's mainly what we do. We're hauling rock or hauling dirt. We don't haul a lot of sand, a little bit of sand. Generally speaking, when they're doing new utilities, they like to bed it in sand or like pea gravel. A lot of the drains are done in pea gravel. Don't even think about it, homie. Only do a lease if you can't finance, because they will still want a big down payment, and at the end you will be giving away all the that, they gotta haul away all the burnt material, and then they gotta haul all the new stuff in. Yeah, I think there would be, in California, I think you would be able to find a lot of decent, mainly because the state, as soon as it gets a certain year, they're like, oh, you can't have that here. The emissions is too much. So they basically make you get rid of it when it's still a good truck. But anywhere else in the United States, if somebody's getting rid of it, it's probably clapped out. You know? I mean, here's a good rule of thumb. Just remember this. If a dump truck is older than 5 years, it's clapped out. You're going to be replacing normal maintenance stuff. That's just the way it is. You're going to have to jump into a rigorous maintenance schedule where you're replacing parts all the time. You know, even, you know, the new trucks, they just don't break as often. You know, like my 2020 Peterbilt, it's had a few things break, but not very much at all. In comparison to like 2009, that thing's only 10 years old, 11 years old, and I've had to replace it on it since I bought it. It's only 11 years old. This is what I've replaced so far. I replaced all the drop axle bushes. I've replaced the carrier bearing. I replaced torque rods. I replaced kingpins. I replaced the turbos, the intercooler, the radiator, freaking wiring, lights, mirrors, you know, tires, airbags. Like, I've replaced a lot of stuff on that truck just to get it up to where it's basically new again. You know? So, if the truck's older than 5 years, you're going to be jumping into that schedule where you need to replace that kind of stuff. And, you know, basically, like, basically, yes. Well, yeah, that's basically it. Everything but the Allison. When you buy an old truck, you're going to be working on it. Just expect it. And the thing is when you own a dump truck, if it's working consistently, you'll have enough money to pay a mechanic to fix it, but you won't make any money personally. You know, a lot of times when I made my money is when I fixed stuff myself. I'll be 100% honest with you. That's when I made the biggest amount of money with those trucks, is when something broke and I was able to fix it myself, because I avoided the downtime and I avoided the mechanic bill. You know, that's what it comes down to. Well, my super dump just got booked all week, next week. No such thing as a good cheap mechanic. There's no such thing. Skilled labor ain't cheap. Cheap labor ain't skilled. That's what it comes down to. I have one. He's our yard mechanic, cash only. One of the best things you can do is develop friendships with people that are smart. Is it smart to go into business with an investor? And how would you pay yourself to make the investor happy? Well, that's a good question, Anthony. So I think the answer is a yes and a no. Right? I'd be lying if I said I haven't been in business with investors. Because if you think about it, okay, this truck, yes, I paid for it all by myself. But my 2020 Peterbilt, I didn't pay cash for that. I'm paying an investor or a financial company. They're paying. They're not paying. I'm paying them, right, for using their money. And it's expensive. It is expensive. The only way you win with an investor is if you're in it for the long haul. That's the only way you can win with an investor. And then you still don't win as big as they do. They're the ones that make the most amount of money. And they have the least amount of headache. Think about it. They don't have to do any work. All they have to do is give you money. Solo inbound. So investors have to do no work. All they do is just give you money, and then you have to pay them extra for that money. Their only headache is if you don't pay. That's their only headache. That's it. They don't care if your stuff breaks. They don't care if you don't have work. They only care when you stop paying every month. That's, be an investor is where it's at. If you wanna make some money, you gotta be an investor. And, you know, Larry, I think that's the best way to do it. You know, I think the best way to go into business is buy an old used truck and make it work. Make it make the money. You know? And then once you see how things operate, then you have a better idea of what you can expect, you know, when you decide to get in bed with an investor. I mean, think about it. When me and Blake bought our brand new trucks, we financed that. The cost of my super dump was $280,000. But guess what? After 5 years, I end up paying a total of $350,000. How does that work? That works because I'm paying the investing company $70,000. That's how much money they're making to let me borrow $280,000. The bank's making $70,000 in 5 years. VANDUYN coming on the scale with dirt, creepy. So think about it. You know, the bank's making $70,000 in 5 years, and all they gotta do is let me borrow their money, $180,000. And at the end of the day, if I stop paying, guess what they do? They come take the and then they sell it, and then they make their money back. It's a win-win for them. No matter what, it's a win-win. For me, it ain't a win-win. It's a win or lose. When you invest, when you finance something, if you don't win, you lose. You lose all that equity you put into it. So you better be in it for the long haul. That's all I'm gonna say. If you finance a truck, you better be in it for the long haul. That's the only way you're gonna make money. And what I mean by making money is, of course you're gonna make money with the truck every month, right? You're gonna pay yourself, you know, whatever it costs to run the thing. But that's the chump change. That's just the pennies. When you make your real money is when that thing's paid off and you have equity in that truck. That's when you make your serious money, right? Because then you have a truck that's worth, you know, let's just take my Super Dump for example. I bought it for $280. In 5 years, it's probably gonna be worth $200, right? So in 5 years, once that's paid off, and I don't have any more, you know, truck payments, not only did I just give myself a $4,000 a month raise, because now that extra $4,000 that I was paying to that financial company, now that goes into my pocket. But the problem with it is once that financing is up, that's when the truck starts breaking. That's when that $4,000 that you're supposed to be putting in your pocket ends up going into the truck for repairs and maintenance. That's what happens. That's the game they play. It's like a cycle. They get you trapped in the cycle. That's why I don't really advocate for buying a whole bunch of new trucks, you know, because they get you in a cycle, right? And the way to win with that cycle is you don't want to be the one driving the truck. You want somebody else driving the truck because they're in the cycle, not you. They're making the payments while you're collecting the money, you know? Asphalt trucks last longer. Yeah, they do. I think they last a little bit longer because they're not driving in the pits, you know, going off-road. But they also don't make as much money, I'll be honest. Driving, hauling dirt makes you more money. I think dirt and rock makes more money because it's more consistent. Year-round, it's year-round. It ain't only in the summer. But you gotta have drivers to make that payment, like Blake said.
I'm gonna sneaker on you. I'm not quite as bumpy right as you are.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with this frame. I already broke it 3 times.
Yeah, 10 more. I probably wouldn't be as quick if I had to pay for my own springs, but if I had to pay for them, I'd probably be slow too.
Yeah, it gets expensive. How far up are you backing up that hill before you dump it? About halfway, I started losing traction.
Yeah, it spun me out last time, so I just went as far as I could go.
Your drop's down. Yeah, this place we're dumping, it's getting slick. Right about, they got this little bump right there. That as soon as you start climbing it, it gets slick.
It just helps when I can get in 4th gear and come up that hill at about 40.
Yeah, yeah, this truck don't go that fast in reverse. And that stuff's really sticky too. I tried to slam my gate, but I just couldn't get any traction when I pull forward. He's gonna get out. This guy's trying to lap me. He's kind of a high baller. He's a company employee, so he's always like running circles around most people. Alright, I locked her in.
Hit you a quarter mile so you get a chance, please.
That's it. That's all I'm making. Started slipping. Why'd you go that way? That's interesting. I let them go around me. I get paid by the hour and have to fix my stuff. When it breaks, company drivers will run you in the ground. Why he went around like that. This is so slick right here. I drive a transfer and a super dump, so it's best I stay where I'm at and start asking contractors for potential hire when I get a truck. I have asked before in 2 major construction companies.
Thank you.
Yeah, this stuff is really sticky. The problem you got to be careful with is if the company you're working for finds out you're asking if they are hiring dump trucks, they might get upset at you. They might consider that a conflict of interest. You know, oh, you trying to steal our customers? You know, that's kind of the crap they'll come up with. I gotta check to see how much dirt's in here. Not bad. Only got a shovel or 2 in there. I drive a transfer. Oh yeah, I already read that. Yeah, so, you know, it's investing in a dump truck. You got to make sure you're in it for the long haul, because what happens is, you know, if you buy a dump truck and 2 years in you decide, oh, this ain't really for me, and then you go and try and sell that dump truck, you're gonna lose a lot of money. You're gonna lose a lot of money because nobody's gonna pay for that financing that you paid for. Nobody wants to pay for that. You can apply. Anybody's free to apply. But You know, dump trucking, it's fun. I love doing it. You know, once you've been doing it for 4 or 5 years though, let me tell you what. Yeah, nothing yet. It's crazy, you know. It's crazy how much machinery they have to operate this pit. You know, they got like 1 or 2 excavators. There you go, Blake. Do some vacations. I hope one of them's up to Washington somewhere. We got plenty of room for you to camp on our property. Yeah, sorry to hear about your dad, man. You know, that does suck. Kind of going through the same thing right now with my wife's grandpa. You know, he's 91 and they just diagnosed him with terminal stuff. Yeah, you can do that, man. I don't care.
Did you copy that inch and a quarter minus? 10-4, thank you.
Yeah, he said, did you copy that? Yeah, they copied us. They just don't want to load us. I sat here for like 20 minutes last time waiting to get loaded. My grandpa is healthy. My wife's grandpa has terminal cancer. He basically has 2 types of cancer in his neck. I can't remember what they're called, like lymphoma or something, or I don't know. I'm probably saying the wrong one, but he's got 2 cancers in his neck, and the doctor said 1 to 6 months, but more likely, you know, closer to the 1 month. So, you know, that's the way life goes. It's a lesson we all have to learn about time. We only got so much. You never know when it's going to end. You got to make your mark while you can. So, you know how I get harassed all the time about shining my dump trucks and stuff? Well, the one time I go to shine my dump trucks, I was shining the super dump with my big angle grinder, my 15 amp angle grinder with a disc about this big. Let's see, can you see it? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, look at that. That's a gnarly scab right there. Yeah. What happened was the angle grinder, the wheel hit one of the tarp brackets and it friggin' ripped it out of my hand. Sanded my skin right off. I paid my driver. 2 of them are getting 30 bucks an hour, and the new guy's getting 23. But I'm probably gonna be bumping him up pretty soon. Just depends though if he's gonna stick around though, you know. No sense in giving him a raise if he ain't gonna stick around. So but I don't know. I think that's one of the mistakes I made too, was paying too much, you know, for drivers. I think I pay them more than I can afford, you know, which, you know, I like to help them out, but it's really tough for me to pay that, you know. My goals get set back, you know, because I'm paying them that much. You know, I don't make the money that they think I make, you know, and I definitely don't make the money that these larger companies make, you know, but I'm basically paying them like I am one. They sit at home, go on vacation, I mean, most companies, I think, are paying, you know, around 25, 26 an hour. You know. Straight time. What I pay is 30 bucks an hour, key to key. No benefits. The benefit is you get 30 bucks an hour. 30 bucks an hour is a lot of money. My drivers bring home more money than I do. You know, I'm friggin' writing, you know, $10,000, $11,000 payroll checks every 2 weeks. $14 and a half. You think you'll be adding more trucks to your fleet? That's where I'm at. Good morning. I'm going to buy my first truck today, hopefully. Hell yeah, G. Smith. Congratulations, man. Plus lunch if it's not prevailing wage. You know, I don't know if I'm going to have more trucks or not, I'll be honest. I like the thought of having the trucks and the income, but at the same time, I don't know if I want the headaches of, you know, logistically speaking, dispatching the drivers and dealing with their, you know, everybody has their own, you know, personality. And I'm not good with dealing with people's personalities. You know, and YouTube complicates it, and, you know, social media complicates everything, and people take things to heart when they shouldn't, and they, you know, overanalyze things, and I just don't know if I have the mental capacity to deal with more drivers. I'll just be honest. Brandon is my favorite driver. He's worked for me for a year and a half. That guy comes in, he don't say a word to me, usually. He just works and goes home. That's what I want all my drivers. Work, go home, and, you know, if there's a small issue, figure it out on your own. You know? If it's something that is a little more serious, then yeah, come to me and let me make the decision on what is going to happen. But I don't know. I want to be friends with my drivers, but at the same time, I just don't want them taking advantage of me. You know, got to have the boundaries, and it's just a really hard balance to find, you know. Amen to that, Blake. That's exactly the way Brandon is. And now, he doesn't even call me usually. Usually, when he's trying to find something, he calls somebody else. And then you know, he's got enough contacts now that he basically does his own thing. I chat with him with a few minutes at the beginning of the day, say, hey, this is what you're doing. Okay, got it. You know, or, hey, I need something extra done. This is what it is. Okay, you got it. I mean, he's the perfect employee. Like, if I could pay him more, I would. Because I like Brandon. No, Justin's in here. Did you ride the short bus to school because you talk out both sides of your mouth? This is the problem with you. Man, Enzo, you got a potty mouth for such a little kid. I hope your dad don't teach you to talk like that to grown adults. I know if my son said something like that to an adult, he'd probably get slapped in the mouth. But of course, I already know that ain't Enzo. Hopefully he's still pretty innocent. You're not a grown adult. So how's business in Ohio, Justin? I see you're probably not working since you're on my live stream. Man, this road is shot. Any progress on your house, Justin? Getting my well done this month. Paying cash for it. $15,000 cash. Things are rough in Ohio. VANDUYN coming on with the repeat, 1.25 inch minus. She ain't even in there. I'll just chill right here until she shows up. Things are rough in Ohio. That sucks to hear that. They're still rolling in Columbus pretty good. Alright, I gotta go get these 2 tickets. Sign these 2 tickets. I'll be back in a second. Once she opens up the window. both my tickets. We are off. Solo outbound. Things are doing great here in Cincinnati. We're doing fine. Matter of fact, we just get trucks out of manufacturers' places. We'd be doing a lot better. Any driver positions open? I was telling everybody else, Justin, I think the trucks they're coming out with are going to be junk this next year or two. All the trucks they're coming out, they're getting slammed together with, you know, they don't have all the workers. They're not getting the parts, you know. I think things are going to be a little less, how do I put it? I don't think they're going to be built as good as they would have been like 2 years ago. All the workers, you know, they had to lay off, all that stuff. Yeah. So, when you getting those Western Stars, did they give you a date when you're getting them, or are you I don't think they're going to be reliable. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they're going to have lots of electrical problems. The quality control is going to suck. You know? And that's what I've heard from a lot of people. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't think they're going to be reliable. I think those Western Stars are going to be junk. I think you got played when they sold you those trucks. I think the truck you drove had True Track on it, probably. And they ride the same as the Peterbilt. They ain't no different. You think they ride better? They don't ride any different. They're the same. Yeah. The only reliability comes from cash. Right there out of my wallet. I got 0 files of cash though. I would post a picture of the back, but I don't want anybody trying to rob me. I feel like I've already made myself a big enough. I'm paying with cash. I go, I open up my safe, I count it out, and then I hand it to them. That's how I'm going to pay with cash. Who is the YouTube? It's happening this month though. I'll probably do a video on it. It's been a while in the making. tell you cash is king, I mean cash is king. Let me tell you this story about the well, right? So, we started saving up this summer for the well, and I got like 6 different bids for our well. I called NAP, I called Cool Water, I called Tacoma Drilling, I called Clearwater, whatever, you know. All of them said 20 grand and they're 6 to 8 months out. 6 to 8 months out. And then I called Arcadia Drilling, which they're like literally like right across the street from me. They wanted 30 grand and they're 6 to 8 months out. So I called up my old neighbor, you know, when I lived in the duplex, Hokkaido Drilling. I said, hey man, I really need this well done and I'm gonna pay cash for it. And he says, well, I don't do wells that are that small. It's like, even if I gave you a deal, it'd still be more than what the other guys are charging. Because just the cost of the tubes that go in the ground, right? Because he does 6-inch or bigger, and or 8-inch or bigger or something. I don't know. He kind of explained it to me, but I don't really understand it that well. And I said, man, I'm hitting a wall trying to find a drilling company that can do this for me relatively quick. And I said, I got cash, I'm motivated. That's what I told him. I said, I got cash and I'm motivated. And he said, okay, try Bison Drilling. I said, okay, I'll give him a call. He said, he's in Alaska hunting right now, but he'll be back in a week or 2. So I gave him a call. And I told him I had cash. I told him I was highly motivated. He said, 15 grand, I can get it done, you know, in a month probably, is what he said. So not only am I getting it $5,000 cheaper than everybody else, but I'm also getting it 6 to 7 months faster than everybody because I'm paying cash. So, when I say cash is king, I mean cash is king. You know, if you want something done, you gotta pay cash. Cash speaks volumes right there. Joey, I wish. I couldn't sell it, man. I told you I couldn't sell this truck. I got too much sentimental value in it. It's making too much money. That's my sentimental attachment. Money. It's making me a lot of money. I just gotta stop whining about driving it. Same with Blake. He needs to stop whining about driving his International and just drive it. I know he don't want to drive his old truck either. Hope it's not a surface water well. Nope. It's gonna be about 150 feet deep. I drove something with a lap belt the other day, made me think of you. Did I ever tell you I got pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt? And then, that was the reason he pulled me over, but he wrote me a fix-it ticket because I had dirt on the excavator tracks. And I told him, I said, dude, when I left the job site, everything was frozen solid. How am I supposed to get it off? Well, you can come up with a better idea. I'm like, it's frozen, it's not falling off, you know? but he pulled me over because I didn't have a seatbelt on. I said, I got a seatbelt on, and I pulled it up like this. He's like, oh, you got a lap belt. I'm like, yeah, I got a lap belt. Sucker! You got trucks out that old enough that they don't even have seatbelts. Yeah. This one ain't quite that old. Shoot, sometimes when I'm driving it feels like it though. Something with buttons on the floor for directions. That does sound old. So, Saturday, my wife's grandpa is giving me his old Dozer. It's a D2 Dozer. I think it's from 1950 or something like that. I'm gonna go pick it up. Last time me and him worked on it, we were able to get the pony motor started, but we couldn't get it to slow down enough to get the gear to engage to start the diesel motor. So maybe this winter when I get a few extra hours, I might spend some time working on it, see if we can get that thing rolling. That would be cool. If we can get that old D2 running, that'd be sweet. I know that would make him super happy, so I'm gonna try and do that. It's not my tell I weld on it. Yeah. I'll weld on it. I'm sure I'll weld something on it. I do want to change the roof he put on it because it looks kind of janky, I'll be honest. Threw a piece of scrap metal on it. I don't know if it's bolted or welded. I think I might change it, make it a little bit nicer looking. What's up, Liam from Ireland? We're going to get the motor put in one of our skid steers this fall and sell both of them and get a newer one. There you go, Blake. What are you looking at getting? What kind of skid steer are you looking at getting? So I did put out a video. I did get my grandpa's old welder running. I don't know if you guys seen that video. That was kind of a nightmare working on that thing. Like, it was a pain in the butt. Those old motors are so simple, but yet, unless you've worked on them your whole life, they're kind of complex. Tesla skid steer. Kubota 97 or Bobcat 860. Is that like a high flow one or no? Something big enough to do anything, but also have AC and heat. Yeah! You want a sound system in it too, Blake. So I drove a skid steer, man. I don't see you driving a skid steer every day, man. Those things are bumpy. Like, they shake you back and forth just as much as the old dump truck. You want to do mulch? See, man, a lot of people, I don't know if you're going to like it though, Blake. Like, a lot of people I know that bought that stuff, they actually hate mulching stuff. That's what they say. They hate it. I don't know why. They say, you know, it looks fun, but then when they do it, then they're like, this sucks. The one I rode, so I rode in a 20, I think it was like a 2019 or 2020 skid steer, track skid steer. It was a Bobcat. It had the high flow. It had all the bells and whistles. The thing was brand spanking new. I rode in it like 2 years ago, and it had a mulching head on it, and I did a little bit of mulching with it. And it was nice, but it was still bouncy, you know? And maybe it was, man, these guys are killing me. So there's so much work, I can't do my side job. They're killing me, man. I don't know if the one I had an air ride seat or not. I can't remember if it had an air ride seat. But it was very nice. But I also was, I think I got food poisoning that day too, so just a little bit of bouncing threw me off. So he wants to use this truck either Friday or he wants to use it on Monday, which I already booked my side gig for Monday. Dang it. Hoodie season in New York. Crack me up, Joey. I am thinking about getting some hoodies ordered up pretty soon here. I have been thinking about it. People say they want to buy them, but they don't want to buy them. They want them for free. And they get expensive, man. If I had hoodies, I could give out 20 of them today. You know? And that stuff gets expensive. Yeah, it's like 30 bucks a hoodie for me. Yeah, they're expensive, man. They are flipping expensive. by the time you get back from vacation, 6X. Man, you guys are big boys. I wear this is an extra large. I think my hoodie's an extra large too. You guys must be really tall. Yeah, this is the extra large. I'm only 5'9". But man, that is a gnarly. Can you see it? 6'2". Dang, yeah, you are tall. I don't like to think of myself as a midget because I'm not. I'm just average. All right. Trying to think of how I can do this whole thing. Alright, I gotta let you guys go. I gotta do some dispatching. Them Allisons make you fat. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for my schedule, so I gotta catch you guys later.